Hello, everyone. My name is lisarox. Good morning or evening, depending on where you are. I'm in California. It's 2:40 in the morning, so I can't tell if it's nighttime or morning. So this is Super Neptunia RPG, um, and this is the any percent no DLC category. Should I start the countdown? Does someone else do the countdown?
You can do it, or I can, whichever you'd like.
Okay. I'll count down from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we will be skipping every single cutscene in the game. If that's upsetting, you can go to YouTube. There is a 6-hour video of all the cutscenes in the game, so you can catch up on that there. And the battle system in this game is just kind of like mashing buttons. So that was Purple Heart. She didn't know where she was. She lost her memory. We had a battle. All the other goddesses were gone, and now we have Neptune in some city, and she lost her memory. Someone stopped by her house where she was sleeping earlier and was like trying to collect taxes, and he wanted a 2D cartridge, and she was so confused by that because what year is it? So since she lost her memory, this tax collector called the team's called Bombix Mori offered her a job. So now she's part of Bombix Mori, and for her first job she has to head out to a different part of town. And here's just pretty much like the intro. This is how you fight. Right now I'm fighting with a stick. A lot of tutorials, which is good because when I picked up this game for the very first time, I had no idea what I was doing. More button mashing. And in this game, it's similar to Final Fantasy IX, where you learn skills and abilities from equipment. So right there, we put on the pretty bracelet to get a life bonus for your HP. And this is where like the hybrid like platformer part comes in. And those blue blobs, they're called dogus. Those are the enemies. And we're going to try to jump over as many as possible. I'm going to fight this one because I need to get a level. Nice. And you get a free heal too. I'm coming here to touch the save crystal so I can warp to it later. So here we are in the station outskirts, where we meet Esther, and we learned that we need to collect cartridges as taxes, and we need to go meet her in the volcano now to get hazed, pretty much. So in this world, 3D games are not allowed. Only 2D games are allowed to be played. So it's Bombix Mori's like mission to get rid of all 3D games and only come up with 2D games. That cutscene there, we met someone, her name was Chrome, and she dropped her book, and she seemed to have known Neptune, but Neptune didn't recognize her. So this is our first boss, and if you look in the bottom right-hand corner, you see a gauge filling up with numbers, and each attack or skill used uses the point system, so certain things cost certain points, and I'm just going to be healing throughout. That's what what this menu's about. And then at the bottom you see the break attack gauge. That is like a special attack that you just saw that we kind of fast forwarded through. And I'm going to keep healing to be safe. Smash those buttons. There we go. Another level up! And this cutscene was pretty much like, am I in the volcano? And the lady's like, do you see the lava? And so she knows she's in the right place. Here we have to do a slide jump. Ooh, first try, nice. Usually when you fall down and you don't get it quite right, the game just brings you back onto the land, and you gotta try your jump again, even though it goes to the same place. I don't know. So here we are meeting up with Esther for our hazing, initiation, whatever you want to call it. We passed the test. And then that's the girl Chrome that I was talking about that we missed earlier. She came in to help Neptune and convince him that Bombix Mori is evil. And more tutorials about you can change formations, and depending on where you are, where your position is, what will be what attack you use. So you can use 4 attacks depending on where you are in the formation, if that makes sense. Go away, doggoos. I do not want to fight you. We're gonna warp back to Lustation City. So each area in this game represents a console, because this is like a parody game. And Lustation is supposed to be PlayStation. So there's a lot of snacks in this game too. So we had some snacks after our battle. And we need to buy some equipment. Yes, there was a whole cutscene about equipment. We just skipped it. And then for the next fight, I need to buy some glacius ore. Thank you. Come again.
Welcome. Is this what you'd like? Please come back anytime.
We lost our buddy Chrome, but she'll be back later. And this is kind of the tutorial on how to do side quest, hunt quests. So we just took our first assigned hunt quest. We got to go back to the volcano. We need to defeat a certain monster. And this is the only one we'll be completing for this run, because it's a speed run, not a take a really long time to do all the side quest run. I think they call it 100%. Perhaps. And also, disclaimer, I forgot to bring up the chat. So if you have any questions right now, I'm so sorry I can't see it. Okay, so here I'm going to attack each with Noir and Neptune. We stumbled upon these other girls when we were trying to complete our hunt quest. So I'm alternating between the two because it's faster that way. Yay! Success! So we talked to these girls. They're named Noir and Blanc, and they also lost their memories. So Neptune convinces them to, go back to the station with her. Maybe we can figure something out. Warp crystal. So we've met up with Chrome, and she tells us to go to Lowy City. And Lowy is supposed to be Nintendo Wii. Oh, and the whole name of this, the whole world that they're in is named Game Industry. With an I. That makes sense. So we're told to go here to find some answers about maybe getting our memories back. Oops. That happens sometimes. And running's not the easiest. I have to go into the menu and hit another button and then hit another button so I can run away. That's why we try to avoid battles unless absolutely necessary. So we go here and we talk to someone. They're like, "Oh, there is this book in the archive that maybe can help you." So we're gonna go back and find the archive. And I'm gonna go here and safety save because the RNG, sometimes like the battle is super easy and sometimes it takes a few times to beat it. Let's see what we get today.
It's important to save often.
And we're gonna fight with Noir because where she is standing right now uses fire magic.
The wind.
We'll use Blanc's break attack. Nice. Soldiers let us in because they're like, oh, you're the new girl. So we're in this library and we're gonna look for a book.
Like the wind. Boing, zoom, dash. Boing, dash.
And these cutscenes are just talking about how big this library is, and then we decide to split up. And I need to heal because I didn't get a free heal. Okay. Oh, and I carry around this book with me. Her name is, they call her Histoire, but I say history because I'm not that fancy. And so Neptune is walking around with this book, this floating book, but she can't understand what the book is trying to say. So in a casual run, you would get all these tomes so that you could understand what history is saying. Here, we can summon Puddingo. What is Puddingo? Well, this little guy helps you jump higher. And I can just summon him whatever, like right now. There you go. Puddingo.
Like the wind.
Play.
Or zoom, dash.
Oh, wrong way. I practiced that too. That's what happens at almost 3 o'clock in the morning. You forget where you're going. Shoutouts to all the night owls. I was once like you before I had children.
Retreat.
So while you were separated, Noir got captured. She got captured by Bombix Mori.
Like the wind. Zoom.
So we're gonna go see if we can find Blanc anywhere.
Retreat.
And we found her. So we're gonna go back to Loey and see if someone can help us get our friend back.
Like the wind.
And no, we're gonna run away without helping. We're not helping anybody. It takes too much time. So someone gave us a clue about an amusement park that is going to open up. So we're gonna head over there and see if we can find anyone that can help us find our friend Noir. And Neon, you can step in like whenever you need to say something. Pretty flexible here. I'm sure it's like really late, so no donations have come in yet, but just in case they do.
Yeah, no, nothing right now. Usually pretty quiet around this time of night, but I will remind everyone, if you would like to get your choice of voice language in, you could absolutely do that right now. Any amount will get you your choice of voice language. And I'm also going to take the chance note too. We do have Star Ocean: The Second Story coming up right after this. There are a couple goals here. $300 to show the Avalanche cutscene. We are at $10 on that. And the Unlimited Indie Showcase, we are at 10 of 350 there. But there are also several bid wars to name your choice of character there too that are completely open. You can name Claude, Bowman, or Leon in that game. 7 character limits on all of them. Any amount will currently take those bid wars there, so you can pick whatever you want as long as it's appropriate. And also, you can also name Reina if you want. Right now, it's $30 to name her Rhea, but if you want to put in more than that, you can definitely change that around. Yeah, no, nothing else going right now, but yeah.
Great. I'm gonna safety save. So basically, in those cutscenes, we meet a trio called the Three Musketeers, and they're like the head of the Bombix Mori organization, and we cannot beat them. Like, that fight is scripted, and you cannot win it. So we ran away and went back to the guild, and our buddy Chrome told us we should go to Lean Box. So Lean Box City is supposed to be Xbox. And those girls were like, hey, want to join the resistance? So there's a resistance against Bombix Mori. Because 3D gamers want their 3D games too. And in the forest, we find this girl named Vert, and she also has lost her memory. Suspicious. So we're gonna warp to the entrance and go to Lean Box, because that's fast. And while we're here, we're actually gonna do a little bit of shopping. First, we need to sell. That's... Oh, okay. Guess what? We have to go back, because I missed, I forgot to get the steel necklace. And what's the steel necklace? It's just something for me to sell, so I can buy a new weapon.
And I'd just like to say a quick thank you to Eat It Up 86 for that raid. We're currently running Super Neptunia RPG. Hope you all enjoy your time watching.
Welcome, new friends. So we're gonna go back to Lean Box now. Luckily, we can just warp to the crystal. So now we're going to sell the steel necklace, and it sells for a pretty good amount of money. Well, credits. This game, it's credits. And then we're going to buy the Oxen Sphere for Bert.
Come back soon. Welcome.
Hold on. What's going on, game?
Is this good?
There we go. Oh, some weird glitches have been happening recently. I know it sounds like, haha, you're trying to cover up, but no, like, with practicing this run, I found, like, random, like, soft locks that I hope do not happen. The game's a little buggy. Now that we're all equipped, abilities activated, rest at the inn, and Vert says she knows where the resistance base is, so we're gonna go check that out. We're gonna fight this random boss here. I'm gonna move Blanc to the front because when she's in that position, we all have regen casted on us. And that lasts even if she is defeated, like right now she's not there because she was defeated. But we still get regen, so that's a nice little thing, and I use Vert's break attack to get us past that boss. Yeah, the bosses, except for a couple, aren't really explained. You're just like, they're just in the way of where you're trying to go sometimes. So, like right there, I was trying to go to the, the resistance base, and there's some rando boss there. And here we get to the Resistance, and they think we're part of Bombix Mori, so they're attacking us.
I knew this would.
And then Vert explains, no, 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 we want to join.
Nothing. You were pretty weak. Wait. This.
So now we're gonna warp back to Twin Mountains Crystal. We're gonna come back here a lot because sometimes it's faster to come to this crystal and then get on a boat and go somewhere else, which you'll see later. So we heard some information that Noir might be near the amusement park, so we're gonna go try and rescue her.
Hi there.
And we run into Chrome on the way. So this is the castle where Noir was being held captive.
Like the wind. Zoom. Like the wind.
Okay, so if you're tired of hearing Neptune say, like, a kangaroo and dash dash, and you just, you want to hear it in Japanese instead,
The wind.
just, donate some money, and you can hear the Japanese voices instead. Because as you notice, with every movement, whether it's a dash or a jump, she says something.
Like a kangaroo.
We're gonna fight the Bombix Mori soldiers. And we're gonna fight with Chrome, but we're gonna use Vert's break attack because it targets multiple enemies. Alright, we got the jail key, so let's go set Noir free.
I'm clearly the level up. What a wonderful sound. Level up. What a
Like
wonderful
the wind. Like the wind.
There she is,
Like the wind.
and she's free.
Like the wind.
So now I need to escape without being caught by Bombix Mori.
Like the wind. Like the wind.
So we split up, Chrome went her way, we came back to Loey, and we're gonna hide out for a bit. Blanc's gonna read, and Neptune's gonna go to the flea market. A lot of people there. This is all conversations that you can see for yourself on YouTube. Safety save. And we're gonna go back to Lean Box, but we have to go to the harbor for no reason. Like, that's how the game will try to, clue you in as like, oh, a plot point's going to happen. So even though you can warp there through the crystal, we're gonna make you go on the boat. There's Chrome. She ran away somewhere else.
All right. Good.
This is one of those examples where we got here. We had that cutscene. I'm gonna go to Loey,
Like the wind.
go to that crystal over here in Twin Mountains, and then warp back to the Resistance base.
Zoom.
Snacks. That's like my favorite part about this game. Is like everyone there's always times for snacks.
The pudding. Okay, well.
it's telling us to go to Leanbox Harbor.
Like the wind. Zoom.
We're hitting buttons. That's okay, because I was supposed to equip something and I didn't. These late night runs, man. I don't know. So we're gonna skip these cutscenes again. Chrome ran away. Back to Loey.
All right. Like the
And a
wind.
crystal. Snacks! Now that we finished our snacks, we can continue. So what I need to do here is I need to change the party and have Noir in front. And I'm changing her normal attack to... Oh wait, I gotta equip her with the sword that we got earlier. The Harmony Blade, which has Luminisa. And we're gonna change her her normal attack for Luminisa. So she'll cast light damage instead of using her weapon.
Like the wind. Like the wind. Like the wind. Dash.
Hey, now this fight's gonna go much quicker. The end. And it turns out those were Pokemon, that's with a B. And we defeated those girls' Pokemon for no reason, but she threw them out there for no reason, so there you go. So it's one of my favorite places in the game. This is Sakura Road. It's really pretty. Everything that you see in this game, the characters, the background, the enemies, are all hand-drawn. So I just think it looks extra pretty. So we fight that battle there to avoid a soft lock.
That was a pretty quick battle.
Boing. Come on out.
And I fought that one because it was faster than running away.
Of course we won.
Dash. Like
Any day now. There you go, doggo. Thank you.
like the wind. Zoom.
So in that cutscene, we realized that there's a place you can go underwater, but we need some breathing equipment.
Zoom. Zoom.
And we skipped that boss. It's a 50-50. Sometimes you can skip the boss, and sometimes you have to fight the boss. It's pretty easy, though. So I pretty much saved, like, I don't know, I want to say like 15 seconds there. But I'm glad I was able to show that off, because that worked to my advantage.
Dash.
So we found something after that fight that can help us breathe underwater. More beauty.
That was a pretty good battle.
Like the wind.
And here we go, like a boss. It's not explained why the boss is there, it's just blocking our way for where we need to go. So as you see here, all 4 people
What a wonderful
have their own breathing equipment, unlike Final Fantasy VI, where 3 people somehow use one helmet. Still remains a mystery to this day.
Like the wind.
So I think this is my favorite place, Planet Neptune Sea. It's just really pretty, I love the colors.
Like the wind.
Oh, and this area, Planet Neptune, is supposed to be the Sega Neptune, which never happened. It got canceled, that console. So that's a fun fact. And with this year is actually Neptunia franchise 10th anniversary. And they had like a special stream where they interviewed like the creators and stuff. This game was created by a woman, so I thought that was pretty cool because they have all female characters as the heroes. It's just so pretty here. We're just making our way through. Probably no donations, huh?
Let's take a look, see here. Nothing yet.
Alright.
So again, if you want to change that voice language over to Japanese, there is currently a bid war for that. You could take that for any amount of money and just, we can hear the lovely Japanese voices. And all donations do go to Take This, which provides education on mental illness so that friends, family members, and coworkers can be better allies to those who are suffering. Because, you know, it's awful when people don't get it, so they try and help so that, you know, so that everybody can help everybody.
Of course we won.
Excellent charity. Excellent cause.
Like the wind.
Now we're inside a tower underwater. And I'm trying to run away from this guy, and it's not working out. Success. That's an elevator. But we need a key. This guy has the key. Or this enemy has the key. Well, access card. Oh, that wasn't fair,
Even surprised?
doggo.
Like the wind.
Luckily, it's a quick enemy.
That was a pretty good battle.
So what I need to do here is there are 4 floors, but we don't want to go up each floor individually. That takes too much time. So we're going to try to double jump and dash to get up to the 3rd floor. And I keep checking my map to see if I accomplished it. Nope. There we go. So now we're on the second floor without having to go fight. Heal up. There we go.
That was a pretty good battle.
We have the key, or key card.
Like the wind. Like the wind.
And we're gonna do this again so we can get to the fourth floor. Nice, first try. I don't know why the fourth floor is easier than second. Oh, something big's been here. I'm gonna take a moment to heal up. And safety save. This is another one of those battles where, like, sometimes it's really easy and sometimes, you know, it just doesn't work out well for you. So we find Esther and Bombix Mori. And we start fighting Esther. And we broke Esther's machine.
That was a pretty good battle.
So while exploring this tower,
Literature static.
we find some computers, and we find these photo albums of these women playing video games, and it kind of looks like the group of four, but not really. So they put that in the back of their mind, and they revisit it later. Now, we're back from our journey under the sea. And we're gonna look for houses because we have a friend here that lives in Sakura Road.
Of course we won. Jump! Like the wind.
So we found Kampa's house. That's Kampa right there. We explain the situation, but first, snacks.
Compa. It's ready now.
And during their conversation, that's Philin. She is actually the head of Bombix Mori, and she's like obsessed with Chrome. So Chrome tricked her into overeating and falling asleep, and kicked her out of the house. So here's where Chrome tells us that we are actually four goddesses, and we were in trouble, so to save us, she turned us into humans. And now history is going to help us get our goddess powers back. So we need to fight our goddess form to get our console powers back. I think Neptune is the hardest one of the four challenges because you actually have to heal. Too many healing items today. There you go. Yeah, I wouldn't have survived that fight if I didn't heal. So now I got my console back, and I have my powers, so now Purple Heart is the name of Neptune's goddess form, and we have her back. So now we need to go to the other cities to do the goddess challenge to get our powers back.
Like the wind.
Go to the station. Yeah, and Blackheart's pretty easy. So now Noir has her console back and her powers, and her goddess form is called Blackheart.
Are you even surprised?
Now we're gonna go to Lowy. so we can get Blanc's goddess powers back. Blanc's is pretty easy since she's in the front and she has regen when she stands in the front, so you don't have to worry about losing this battle. Now we have Whiteheart. Let's say goodbye to Blanc because we're gonna switch her out for Chrome. Equipped everyone's abilities. And now we need to head to Leanbox. So Vert can do her challenge. And I'm gonna safety save here.
It's important to save often.
But we have to go through the harbor for some reason.
We're gonna have you do something first, which is
Ooh!
change that language to Japanese. We have a $5 donation from Pyro Grunt with no message, but did put it towards you at that bit more.
Thank you very much. And after this battle, I will definitely set that over to Japanese. This battle can be rough, it can be awesome, it just, depends. Well, we're gonna fight with Chrome and use Vert's break attack.
Thanks for the help.
So that was Artura, she's part of the Three Musketeers.
I am victorious.
Oh yeah, so now I'm gonna warp and I'm gonna change the language! Hooray! This is very exciting. Japanese. Save changes. Okay. How was that? Yeah, it's something different. We're gonna head back to Leanbox City. Oh, Bombix Mori is here. Oh, okay. I meant to safety save. It's okay. I just want to double check that all my abilities are... Okay, we're good. Yeah, so the Leanbox, this part of the area, I think it's the hardest part of the run because it can... Usually, I'm going to game over a couple times. And it also depends on how many healing items I have, because that's random each time I do the run. So we're going to fight Artura again. And already it's a much better battle. So at least we got to compare, like, longer battle versus easier battle. We're gonna warp to Leanbox City. And I will safety save this time. We're fighting the Bombix Mori soldiers again. healing. And game over. Not surprised though. We're gonna heal ahead of time this time. And, you know, RNG for no reason. Everyone's gone. What just happened there? My goodness. And this is why I estimated an hour 30, because my PB is an hour 1 minute, but you just can't predict, especially in a marathon setting, what's going to happen. The roughets, I've had it in a long time. Actually, Noir is stopped, so I'm gonna try to use a clock to remove stop from her. There we go. 3rd time's the charm, right? And now we go straight into Vert's Goddess Challenge. She has her console back, and she's Green Heart. And I'm gonna fight some more Bombix Mori soldiers. Nice. So that's why I think this is the hardest part of the run, because you have to fight all those battles in a row. 3 battles in a row. And they're difficult. Now we're heading back to the resistance base. But Bombix Mori found it. But that's okay, because we have a backup resistance base, so we're just gonna head over there. And we're gonna head back to FC Land, the amusement park. I'm just gonna save here. Can never be too safe. You may see those pink stones floating in the air. Those are magic stones. They are a side quest. There's 400 in the whole game. Doesn't really do anything when you get it besides, hooray, you did it, you got all 400, but later on in the game you can use it as currency to buy Neptune's ultimate weapon. Now we gotta fight these Pokemon. Smashing the buttons best I can. So we're gonna split up at this point. We found out that there are 3D engineers locked up in the castle. So Blanc and Vert are gonna stay back here and fight off the Pokemon, while the rest of the team goes into the castle and saves the engineers. That wasn't too bad. The game decided to give me a break after game overing 3 times to that other battle. So we're back in the basement castle. That cutscene back there was, you know, they're even locking up enemies now, monsters. So we're gonna just keep exploring. There's some more monsters. And they're the engineers. This Bombix Mori soldier was like, I don't agree what's going on. They're jailing all these monsters for no reason. I'm just gonna lead you to the engineers. Let's escape the castle. Greenheart and Whiteheart are exhausted, and basically that cutscene just happened. We were gonna lose, so Chrome sucked us all into history, so we're inside her right now. So that we wouldn't be defeated by the 3 Musketeers. This is where some crazy platforming, jumping, and running come in. So if you fall in any part of this section of the game, you get brought back to the beginning of this section. So you can make it all the way to the end and, you know, do a wrong jump, and then you gotta do the whole thing over again. Do I need to heal? I do not. Okay. Losing everyone. We're using Blackheart's freak attack. Ugh. We made it! So we get to the end, and we see some of the past. So we find out that Chrome and Philin were best buds. Chrome used to be a goddess. She was on the original game consoles. And of course it was 2D. So right now, Chrome is in her stronger form. She can't transform anymore into a goddess, but she can transform in that a stronger version of herself. We got part of the Three Musketeers. On healing items. Oh, that was so close. Okay. In that battle, you want to hit Esther first because the animation of her machine crashing takes up more time if she's the last one to go. Good, we got more healing items from that battle. So we're gonna immediately heal Noir, and she's going to transform into her goddess form. Let's get out of here. We need to get away. We need to take the engineers to safety. If you have anything you need to read right now, it would be a good time. If you have anything.
Let's take a look here. Nothing yet.
All right. So we're dropping off the engineers at the new resistance base so that they can get back to building their 3D games. Now we're gonna head to the harbor and infiltrate Bombix Mori headquarters. Poly Island. Goodness. We found Philin and then we ran away from her. Oh no. He was hiding behind a tree. Yeah, that guy hits hard. That enemy. And thanks, controller, for betraying me and heading in the wrong direction. Luckily, that enemy's a lot easier to run from. We're heading toward the headquarters. And we're gonna use Chrome. She's in her OP form. And now we can enter the headquarters. Save to save. Normally I don't pick that up, but the way today's run is going, I might need it later. So we find Philin, and we take her on. But we can't win because she keeps putting blocks in her way, so we hide down this pipe. We escape and hide in a pipe. This is totally not Super Mario Brothers. So we escaped, and we're heading back to New Resistance Base to regroup. We're told we should check on the engineers. So they went to FC land, and now we can actually warp directly there now. So that's exciting. Engineers doing well. So we're gonna head back now to Poly Island from the harbor, and I can't warp there. Safety safe. We don't know why they're gonna make us go to the harbor. There might be a boss. Okay, and those are totally not Polyraths. Those are Pokemons with a B. And this is totally not Ultros. We're gonna transform Chrome into her higher form. So we decided, instead of heading straight to Bombix Mori, we're gonna go to Compass House, because in one of the cutscenes, like, we made them feel like they weren't wanted, which wasn't our intention. We were just very focused on the task at hand. So we're gonna go to Compass House and we're gonna apologize. Because friendship first. And now, snacks. We ate the octopus. Okay, now that we got snacks out of the way, we ate, we got our energy up, so let's go to Poly Island. We had to trigger that cutscene and be able to progress the story. but it's faster for us to go back to Lowy Crystal and warp into the headquarters that way. Yeah, it's weird how the game's like, yeah, you can warp there, or sometimes like, no, you have to use the harbor, wink wink. And thankfully we can warp to the crystal. We're gonna see if we can find Philin, who is the head of Bombix Mori, and also obsessed with Chrome. Because they used to be best buds back in the day with their 2D consoles. So this is Philin's room, and while we're in there, we find that she has Chrome's first 3D console. Which is strange since, you know, this is a 2D world, they don't want any 3D games or consoles anywhere. So they find this a little strange. We're gonna head to the roof, because that looks like where Philin ran to. We healed up. We are. So we're gonna fight Philin. She wants 2D games or nothing. Now, if you want the bad ending of the game, we would lose this battle. But we're not doing that. No. We're not gonna lose this battle. And in these cutscenes, we find out that Pei Claus from the Three Musketeers has been brainwashing her. And so now she came to and realized, you know, 3D games aren't so bad. But the Three Musketeers are like, no, we want 2D games only. So we're gonna use Chrome. Chrome is OP at this point in the game. Okay, and now the final boss. Get ready for time. Last-ditch effort by the dragon to have a 2D world. Time. We won! Now the engineers can make their 3D games freely. And if you still want to play 2D games, you can still play 2D games. You want to play 3D games, you can play 3D games. And all is well. And now we dance. Thank you everyone that, for it's late or early, for being up at this hour to watch this run. Thank you for your donations. If you have any questions about the run, I apologize for forgetting to bring up chat. You know, you can message me. You can go to speedrun.com and find the link to our Discord. So it's the Neptunia series as a whole Discord, and there's a lot of cool people in there that can help you out with this game or other Neptunia games.
And of course, too, this is your last chance to... oh, getting close to your last chance to get in on your bids for the bid wars for the upcoming Star Ocean the Second Story. You can still name Claude, Bowman, or Leon for any amount right now. I know Bowman and Leon come in a fair bit later, but Claude is, of course, gonna come in really early, so make sure you get if you want to name him in. Do that. Now is your chance to do that. Because that game will be next. And again, you have been watching Speedrun Ragnarok, and we are proud to benefit Take This again this year. Take This exists to let people know that it is okay to not be okay. No one's alone in their struggles with mental health, and there's always hope for improvement.
And this is the post game. There's nothing extra. You just whatever side quests that you didn't complete in your initial run, you can go and complete that. And that is Super Neptunia RPG.
Hey, what a cute game. There are also a couple incentives you can put in for